but it is a really happy thing. You see the smiling faces?
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially the men in the middle, surrounded by 3 girls. See how dazzling a smile is. So, the first part, I like to guide you through what we're going to do tonight in Toastmaster meetings. So please take out the agenda on your hand. So on this agenda, we write down every activity, which is kind of like a schedule of what we're going to do tonight. And then the very first part, the upper part of the sheet, you can see Toastmasters of the evening. So what are Toastmasters of the evening? We call them TME. So these are the 2 lively and lovely members in our club who will be the hosts of tonight's meeting. So we call them TME. And moving on to the first session of this meeting, the variety session. Judging by its name, you can know that we do a variety of activities in variety session. For example, in tonight's meeting, we have Happy Talk session, which is a section that you will find 4 or 5 people around you and form a group and chat in English. So this is kind of like a warm-up session for you. And the second part is the Prepare Speech session. In this session, we invite some of our members to deliver their own stories or share their thoughts and inspiration with us. So it is considered a main part or the main course of our whole meeting. And then after intermission, we have the table topic session. So why did I choose this picture? I think the senior members know. This session is thought of as the most challenging and the most feared session in Toastmasters meeting. Why? Let me give you an example. If I am the session master, I'm the host of the table topic session. I choose someone from the audience randomly. For example, maybe you. Okay, please come to the stage. And then I'll ask him a question. And he has to think of the answer immediately. He has to think on his toe. React very quickly. Okay? Don't panic. It's just an example. So here's the question. What's your name? Ivan. Okay. Thank you, Ivan. Let's give him a big round of applause. Of course, the real questions asked by the table topic session master will be a little more complicated. Yeah, you'll see. And the fourth part is the evaluation part. In this part, we invite some of our senior members, the more experienced ones, to share their suggestions and encouragement for the prepared speech speakers. And near the last part of our meeting, we invite general evaluation and language evaluators from outside our club. So there are guests from outside of NTU Toastmasters. For example, today we've invited Jeff as our language evaluator. And as language evaluator and general evaluator, they evaluate the overall performance, the language usage, the grammar usage, and the quality of the whole meeting. So these 4 parts include a whole Toastmasters meeting. And then you can see you still have one sheet called the feedback sheet. So on this sheet, you can write down some friendly feedback and suggestions to the speakers on stage in those little blocks. And at the bottom part of the sheet, you will see a ballot. So on this ballot, you can write down your favorite speakers. For example, maybe your first prepared speech speakers, your favorite evaluator on this sheet. And you can hand the vote. You write down the name of the candidates and you hand the vote to our vote counter today, which is not here. Oh, which is Jessica. Yeah. You can hand the vote to Jessica near the end of the meeting. In the following part, I'd like to introduce to you the Toastmasters International Organization. So Toastmasters was an international organization founded in the USA in 1924, and it is a non-profit organization aiming to help us improve our communication and leadership skills. So here are some statistics. We have 14,350 clubs in 122 countries around the world, and we have over 292,000 members worldwide. So you can imagine, Toastmasters is just like a big family, a big organization, and you can find it everywhere around the world. For example, 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven has a headquarters somewhere in the world, and they have different chain stores all around the world and all around Taiwan. So the same as Toastmasters. We have Toastmasters in different universities, different companies, governments, or even hospitals, etc. So you came to these Toastmasters. We often go club visiting. So we meet new friends and different people in other Toastmaster clubs around Taiwan or even around the world. As I mentioned before, the two main goals of Toastmasters is communication and leadership. So what do we do to improve our communication skills? Well, the main part is public speeches. Now you may think, I'm not confident in speaking in English. And speaking in front of public always makes me nervous and my head goes blank. So what do we do? Well, don't worry. In Toastmasters, we will help you step by step. So for the first 10 speeches, for example, you can choose any kind of topic you'd like to share with us. But we have a certain goal for every speech. For example, the first speech is called the Icebreaker Project. So in this project, you'll learn to introduce yourself to the public and break the ice with them. And the second speech project is to organize your speech. So step by step, you learn these different skills of communication and public speech. And then when you're well equipped, you try to inspire your audience in your 10th speech. And for the leadership part, you can take on positions in our meetings or be the officers of our club. Last part, I'd like to introduce you to NTUTN. That's us, NTU Toastmasters. Where do we stand out from other Toastmaster clubs? First, I think it's the mutually supportive environment. So in our club, we have a very friendly atmosphere, just like a big family. The senior members or the audience are all really supportive. So it is easier for us to conquer our fears or fright and step on the stage. As we step on the stage, we gain our experiences, so the growth comes. We experience growth more rapidly and remarkably than just practicing by yourself. Because you may think that, well, I can read a book or I can stand in front of a mirror to practice how to do public speaking. But it is completely different when you're standing on stage, feeling nervous, feet shaking, like what I'm experiencing right now. So, here we provided you a stage with diversity and friendship also. What I mean by diversity is that our members come from not only each departments in NTU, but also they come from other universities like Taikeda, Guobeijiao, etc. And some friends who are already at work even come back and join us. And so you might find a friend who can make long-term connection and remain a long-term relationship with them. So friendship and diversity. These four elements consist of NTU Toastmasters and make the atmosphere here just like a big family. So, here's the map. I was here before, and maybe some of you are still there, inside your comfort zone, feeling very cozy and comfortable. And when you peek outside, you see danger, danger everywhere. So you hesitate to take the initial step. Well, I was there before. I always felt that I might make a joke of myself if I stand on stage, and my mind will go blank. I had stage fright before, but after last year's freshman cup when I delivered my first speech, I discovered that some things may be easier than you thought or imagined. You see, there's just a little gap between your comfort zone and where the magic happens. That is on this stage in NTU Toastmasters. So I encourage all of us to step out of our comfort zone and try something new. Try to challenge yourself today. We have a saying in our club. To start, we don't have to be good. To be good, we have to start. Here's a good opportunity and a great stage for you to grab the microphone and take the initial step. A last reminder. To be good, we have to start. But before we start, we have to pay.